Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Logan and this is Sam. Today we are taking a look at the Ryobi 40V brushless 21-inch dual blade smart trek mower. We're gonna open it up and try it out. Let's get started. All right guys, like Logan said, we've got the newest, biggest, best lawnmower from Ryobi right now. And it's kind of funny because Logan doesn't quite have the yard for this mower, but we'll go ahead and give it a shot anyways, get into this box. And as you can see, we got it shipped to us. Kind of excited to get this. This is not even available in stores yet. Yeah, that's right guys. So I don't have, it's true, I don't have a yard for this. But I do have a little bit of a yard. So we'll try it out on the little yard I have. What we do know what's included is the 2 batteries. So this comes with 2 of the new HP or the 40V batteries. So these are the big 6 amp hour batteries. It comes with the rapid charger. So I don't know if they've changed the naming on this. I don't know if the fast charger is different than the rapid charger, but it does come with a rapid charger, a grass bag catcher, mulch plug, the start key, and operator's manual. Again, we don't know if there's a Ryobi branded package inside this because it was shipped to us, but let's find out. Let's open it up. All right, here we are on the floor. Let's go ahead and open this one up. I'll cut half here and slide that to you. All right, so yeah, I definitely did not come in the Ryobi green packaging. This is exactly how it ships. We got over there, I got this, I think this is the plug. I think this is the mulch plug, so this goes into the plug the mulch. That's pretty beefy. The grass catching bag. That's got a, looks like it's gonna attach in an interesting way. It's not typical. Oh, here you go. Square up. Oh, okay, got it. So there is a frame to it. I'll get to that in a second. Yes. Put this up. We'll put this one up. All right, this is the deflector. Yep. Wow. Ooh, that looks nice and slick. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Pretty custom molded. Do you have a release on that side? To release this handle? Oh, gotcha. Is there any kind of release over there? You want to just lift out of the box? We can. We're going to drop a battery. Oh, got it. It's the only thing I'm looking at. I would assume there's a quick release because it's supposed to go quick. Maybe this right here. Let's see. Oh, no, it's doing something. Am I doing something there? Oh, yeah. I am doing something. Try the others. There we go. Ah, okay. Well, that's neat. It's all the way up on your side. Okay. Quick release there. Here's our, oh my gosh. Yeah, those got the batteries. Both batteries, that's heavy. Yeah, so you do the bag. You can do the bag while I do the batteries. Okay. Give me the knife. Alright, here we go. Carefully with the knife on the batteries. Definitely don't want to, oh, and charger. Okay. Good luck. Yeah, I gave you the hard one. Oh yeah, okay, so this is the same, while he's doing that, putting that frame in, this is the same rapid, I guess they're calling these ones the rapid chargers, which we have a 40V battery from the carbon fiber string trimmer that we're charging up actually right now, and it's charged it pretty quick. It was about 25–30%, and it's nearly charged it in just a matter of maybe 30 minutes. It's charged all the way to full. So pretty cool, like the new rapid charger. Next out is, oh, and so they put the operator's manual for the rapid charger and the batteries in here. So that's pretty cool. I'll keep going with the batteries. I think it's supposed to be internal, isn't it? No, the clips are on the outside. Just gotta get the ridge over. That's what I was thinking as well, that it's probably internal. But yeah, it should be internal. Unless the bag is inside out. No, the bag's right. Because how does it hook on this side? Oh. What do you mean? Like, how's the bag hooked to this? That's what
So.
I don't know. Maybe you're right. Let's try it. Let's try it instead. That would make more sense, wouldn't it?
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes a lot more sense.
No, you had me worried there though, because that one, because the way you clipped it, it did look like that's. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you got that going. Good. All right. So first out of this one is, man, these are just beefy batteries. If you haven't seen our video of the inverter, definitely go watch that, because we show kind of an example of how big these are. I mean, I don't have big hands, but these are massive, these new 6 amp hour batteries. Again, these should come with about 30% on the charge, which these seem to do. Set that one aside. And one more of these. Again, being very careful with this.
No, it looks like just broken. But it looks like that's just the way it was. It's just the cut was kind of funky, but it fits on just right. It just looks like it got broken a little bit by the way the plastic is, but it works. It's real good.
Noise. I like to see that it's hard plastic though. I mean, it is more secure. It's not like flimsy, soft plastic that's just going to fall off the first time you go to dump the bag out. The whole thing just falls in with it.
Yeah.
Good to see that it's stretching tight. Let's see if we can try not to be a hindrance. Wow, that is tight. Oh my goodness. That is.
It's not supposed to come off.
Yeah.
You can get the
Oh my gosh.
corner over.
Yeah, get that around the edge. Okay. There you go. Sweet. Well, I think that might be all the individual pieces, which is one of the fewest pieced items I've seen in a long time. We still haven't seen the operator's manual or the key for the mower itself. How does that look?
Pretty good.
The handle in the back, that's good.
It collapses a little bit.
So it is breathable on this side, it looks like.
Yeah, you're right. This one's not breathable, back's not breathable, but the
side is. So the side breathable, which is good.
And the top's not. So and it's got the
hard
skid, skid plastic or hard plastic.
Okay. All right. Well, that leaves just this, and
I have a handle.
I know you have a handle on that side. I don't really have one over here.
I also have the heavier part.
Yeah, you do. All right. We'll set that down and get this box taken out that way. All right. Let's see what we got here. So release. So just a single release here on the handle. That's pretty cool.
2 locking mechanisms that slide.
So how many positions do we have? Just
it looks like it's just one.
So just
or one there, and there's possibly 2 here based off these 2 little knobs.
Okay.
We're going to.
Yeah. So one there. Send it up.
So it'll slide along that, and then you can put it in that position or down to there. Not a huge change, but might make a difference if you're on a hill.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking just as much for like my kids. If I want my kids to do the mowing, that might
a little bit more.
Might be a little bit. All right, little pat plastic over the plastic. Oh, here we go. Here's our operator's manual. Finally found that. Wow, what a bag. What a bag for that operator's manual. And wow, look at that key. Holy cow. Okay, so it is direction. Ooh. Okay, that's interesting. We're gonna have to do a little close-up of this. There are 3 pins, 3 receivers on the inside, and as you can see, there's just 2 connectors. So technically, you can put it in either way. Oh, I see. So it says on here. Okay. So So it actually tells us on the key, there's an arrow right here, and it tells us you can switch between the 40-volt batteries. So in the previous models, you actually had to take the battery out of the active terminal and put it into the storage terminal. With this, there's 2 different batteries, and you can have both of them in and don't have to pick them up, don't have to move them. You just flip the key around to determine which battery you're using. That is super cool. All you do is just switch the key around. You don't have to pick up the batteries and move around, which is important for, again, if I had my kids mowing the lawn, they're probably not going to be able to pick up these massive 6 amp hour batteries and move them between, but they can easily pick up this key and flip it around, and then when we're done, I can just come back and charge up the batteries for them. So, super cool. What were you going to say?
Nothing. Just realized the arrow on the key as well. That's what.
Arrow on the key. So, sweet. What else we got?
Looks like the raise and lower is just this one spot, and wow, that's smooth. That's like, I play with mowers that you have to, just to get one tire up, you have to pull it away from this, but no, that is just beautiful.
Yep, it looks like it's all controlled by this exposed, so they got a spring here, which, you know, could be, don't get your fingers in that. That looks good.
Quite a range. Oh, and you can take it too far. That's something to be aware of.
So careful on that.
Too far. Yeah.
One thing we'll do real quick, because we have criticized previous models of not going to full height. Now, I don't think this one says the height. Does it show the actual height?
It's a 7, so it's got a 1 to 7. It doesn't
1 to
say
7.
inches.
Okay, so this one doesn't actually claim the specific inches. Previous Ryobi models actually claimed how high you were going and would actually show you, the markings would show you that you were going at 2 inches or 3 inches. So this one doesn't claim that, but let's see on minimum. So this is the lowest setting. We're looking at, let's see where the blade's at. Let's rotate it on its side just a little bit and see where our blade, wow, and those are sharp blades. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're, let's see, probably maybe 1/4 of an inch. So 1/4 of an inch from the bottom, or 1/4 of an inch up from the plastic. So if we put it back down, we know we're going to subtract, or rather add 1/4 of an inch, right? So we're going to add 1/4 of an inch. So to the bottom of the plastic, we're looking at 1.25 inches. So 1.5 inches is the minimum. So 1.5 inches at the minimum. Max here, we're looking at 3 3/4. So we're looking at 4 inch on the high end, which I believe, we'll have to go back and look, but I believe is significantly taller, gives you way more room than previous models. I think some of the others maxed out at the 2 3/4, or maybe even just above 3 inches. So that's super cool.
Pretty scary high though. That's stuck a baseball under.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, brush cutting out here in Florida, you know, you could get pretty good. So, okay, what else do we have on the handles? Let's talk about the handles up there.
All right, we got the self-propelled. Trying to figure this out. So I didn't play with your last mower, so I'm just going to go through the instructions. Blade start instructions, max speed selector. So we can go a little slider here that takes it from minimum speed over to maximum speed for the blade. And then I'm guessing that you got to do either one or both handles and button down.
Push the button to start.
So does it require 2 hands then to start it? 1, 2, and 3.
And push, yeah. Yep.
I
believe so. We'll try that out. I'm not positive, but the previous models you definitely had to hold something and push the button to start. It looks like this is all 3 and start.
Yeah, you could get. I guess you could do it with one hand.
Start is the one, because one should be the blades. One is the.
This paddle says self-propelled, so that might be
the motion. Yeah. Which we didn't have. Well, we've had it in one of the previous models. The very first. So we had the very first model that they made. I believe it was the very first. It may not be, but I think it was the very first model, and it did not have self-propelled. They didn't have it at the time, but now it's become almost a standard in their model. So
from the instructions, it is 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Okay, so 1 and 2 to start.
And then this will propel it.
Go forward. Okay.
So
is there any motion control? Like how fast?
There's just the slider for minimum maximum speed.
Okay.
And this it looks like it's not it's kind of similar to a gas pedal. We'll see if it if you can do it in increments or if you just all the way down is if it
full power.
I guess if it's a toggle switch versus non-toggle.
Yeah, which again for a kid that could just run away and get away from you easy, but you would let go and everything would turn off and it'd be just fine because it's all electric. So
yeah, that's everything up on the handles. That controls the
one-touch quick release all the way down, which is super cool. Bag on the back. So
the bag on?
We've got the bag. Yeah, let's throw the bag on. See how that.
Pass that to you.
Now, one thing that I didn't like on the previous models, and I don't like it again, and I don't know why they keep doing this, and maybe it's reinforced. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Wait a second. Wait a second. No, that's still plastic. So, yeah, it's still plastic. They've got metal. You got metal on plastic, which, again, these little plastic hooks here. These are what hold the bag on, the metal bag, and it's just a little plastic hook. Not my
kind of big failure point for the whole mower. That if you just get a bit too much in here, or if it, and that's already a little bit wiggly. What happens when you let that down?
No.
Just as far as security, it's just enough pressure, you might be able to tear those off, and looks like that's a major part of the frame. That's not just a little panel that you can. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, to be able to reuse they look fairly well engineered. I'm not gonna. I didn't engineer them. I'm not trying to say anything about the engineers. I just think that it's an interesting choice to take metal and plastic on something that's supposed to be holding the bag, because without those clips, the bag falls. So an interesting choice. Again, take that for what it is. I think on the other side, we'll flip it around.
In case you don't want to bag it, you just want to mulch it back out into the yard. Got this panel that lifts up.
Pretty standard as far as mowers go.
Let's see. That clipped in. Okay, so it is just right there, and the hooks are on the bottom of this. I believe that is standard as well. Hook it into that, and I mean, it didn't feel like it was locking in, but that's secure. That's just really pretty molding that's putting this right onto it. I mean,
yeah, the design, the crafting on some of these pieces is just. We'll show some close-ups of it. It actually, they look. What's the word? Tactical, almost, or.
Well, even to go with that though, this right here, this little curve curves into the body of the lawnmower, so it just fits nicely. It fits smooth,
functional, and good looking. Way to go! So last on this is if you're using the mulching option is to throw the mulch attachment. Now, I also complained heavily about the original model's mulching piece. It was a very flimsy piece of plastic. This is not that. This is overmolded, heavy plastic, heavy duty. It even comes with this like stub handle. That was another complaint, is to get it in and out was kind of a pain. This is awesome. And we'll just see, it just slides in the back. Again, we'll show pictures. I don't know if it gets any simpler than that. That's and then to come out is just as easy. So kudos, props, whatever, like great job on the improvement there. And again, they may have improved this on some of the other models, but this is their flagship best model right now. And so far, I am very, very excited, very pleased with what they've done.
Flip this around, the first thing I saw was just the face on this. Oh, how many we got? 7? We got 7 LED lights just right here at the front, and 2 on the sides as well. I think Logan mentioned, as I pointed that out, that his favorite time to mow was at night.
And again, here in Florida, you got to mow when it's not raining, and sometimes you even mow when it is raining, because if you don't mow when it's raining, you won't mow. But one other thing to your point, 7 LEDs. I think one of the previous models had them, but they were down lower. So this is another great design choice, in my opinion. Get them up high and put as many as you can up there. So super, super cool.
Just this whole thing, the quality of the wheels, the plastic, like, it's not metal, so it's lighter. Probably the only metal parts are going to be
couple metal. This handle's all reinforced, which is really, really cool.
And the blades, but like, yeah, these wheels, for being plastic wheels, it's almost rubbery. The
tacky.
Yeah, the tacky feel. And then the body is like, it's just as thick or hefty plastic. Like, for being a lawnmower, this is what I would hope for.
So compared to a traditional lawnmower, which is what you're used to using, you haven't ever used an electric lawnmower.
No.
What's your first thoughts on? Is this just a toy, a playful thing, or is this starting to rival some of the actual gas mowers? What would you say?
I mean, we'll see how it cuts, or how, as far as just when we did the spin around, I was the one that spun around in it. It's, the weight is, I'd say it's comparable to a really light mower. I mean, we don't have the batteries in it right now. I guess that would be like an empty lawnmower, not running through grass yet, but it feels light. It still feels durable. It still feels strong and sturdy, and
which is a complaint. I'll say this: it was a complaint about that first model. Is you could feel the give in the mower. It honestly, it felt like a toy. Like, I felt like I had a little plastic. Not to say anything bad about what it was. I really liked that mower. Go back and watch the videos. I liked it, but you could feel the give in the framework and some of the pieces in the housing. This housing, it would get nicked, and you would see it like wobble as the blade like hit it, because it was a plastic. So to your point, yes, this feels way more reinforced. Let's go ahead and even look here. I'm going to put that down, and we're going to flip it on its side here.
Okay.
And you can see this reinforced housing, which is significantly thicker. Even some of these pieces have all been reinforced. I think they were a lot thinner. Unfortunately, I don't have that mower here, otherwise we'd show it side by side. But yeah, twin blade here, just, I mean, super, super cool. I mean, I'm scared to touch them, because as we were playing with it, they are sharp. They're sharp blades, which is good. You have your deflector here at the back, and motor to run the wheels on the bottom. Anything else?
Something to mention is, just like the new line of tools, the brushless tools, just the coloring, that nice black on green, and this molding up here. I think this is pretty similar to the molding of the tools that you love.
Yeah.
Just that feel.
Sweet. Okay, well, I'm ready. Let's, I know you guys are waiting for it. Let's go try it out. We're gonna do some cuts with it. We'll get the batteries all charged up. Again, if you haven't seen the inverter video, where we talk about Ryobi's new inverter, their battery-powered inverter, it's a beast, and it actually doubles as a charger. So we're gonna throw one of these on the quick charge, see how fast it goes. Throw one of them on that inverter, because we've got 2 other batteries already charging. And then we're gonna take it out and try it in my small yard. Let's go.
All right, guys, here we are out in the yard. We're gonna go ahead and test the mower now. As we said a few minutes ago, Logan doesn't really have a yard or grass to test the mower in, or at least he didn't a month ago. But we've gone ahead and added a whole yard for him. We got him some new grass. Being said, this is slightly newer sod. It's been more than a month, and the grass is getting a little bit out of hand, and we just want to try the mower. So we're gonna go ahead and keep it up. We're gonna keep it raised probably around the top levels. We don't want to damage the grass or kill it, but we're gonna go ahead and try with all the different configurations, with a bag, with the spreader, just mulching. And we're also gonna get their perspective of an 11-year-old, see what they think of this mower, how it handles and how heavy it is. All right, here we go. We got it at the top setting. We're gonna go along this strip and see how she does. So first we'll pull on the lever, push the button. There we go. Start going. So, I'm not sure. Something fun to note right off the beginning is I can hear the clippings hitting the back of the bag. So I was curious if we had it too high, if we were going to be doing anything at all, but I can already hear a little bit of things hitting the bag. So betting we are getting stuff, and checking the grass, it looks like we are taking down just a little bit on the top. Nice little haircut on top. All right. I'm gonna go back the other way. This time I'm gonna up the speed. I'm gonna take it to max. Last time we had it on minimum, or we had it on the minimum speed. We're gonna go to the max speed and see how she does this way. All right, it's quite a bit quicker. Honestly, this doesn't feel too different from max speed. Both are much quicker than the minimum speed. Good walking pace. Keep up with it without feeling like you're missing stuff because you're running too fast. All right, go back to minimum speed. That's just a crawl. Try again, going back to max speed. Nice, you can spin this around with one hand and not have too much of a struggle with it. Oh, my hand came off the lever for just a second and it killed it. Pretty nice. It's still something worth noting is holding and pushing the gas down, pushing the pedal down, pushing the paddle down. Keeps it going, but get it started again. Hold it for a second. There we go. Oh, yeah. No. Not a whole ton. Not anything.
There's stuff there.
Just a little bit.
Did a good job topping.
Yeah. That's what we wanted. We didn't want to take the grass all the way down. We just wanted to level it off.
You're gonna go down this line right here. You're gonna go all the way to the end and then flip around and see if you can come back. Have you ever used a mower before, Jace?
No.
Never before. Okay, so this is your first time. Let's see if you know how to do it.
Wait. Gotta get the blade going.
Okay. Oh.
Wait. What does it say?
Hold you. Oh, I have to hold.
You got it. Now you can let go. Good job.
I
Yeah,
need to cut a little bit back there.
that's fine.
Hey, I get the hang of this.
So what do you think? That was your first time mowing. What do you think?
Hard at first. Then I got a few tips, and then I got the hang of it. So it wasn't that hard at the end, but it's hard when you start out. a
Okay.
little.
No, that's awesome. So do you think you could mow the whole lawn?
Probably not.
If you do it enough, you get the hang of it.
Yeah.
You made some nice lines. Those are pretty easy. How was it turning around? Did you like turning it around? Was it easy at the end?
Not that much. It's a little hard.
Still a little heavy for you?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Okay. Thanks, bud.
This handle can go both directions. You can do it that way, or you can do it that way.
Oh.
Send up on its back.
One other cool thing about this new mower is the fact, obviously it has 2 battery compartments, but they're both active. You can flip this key around, and whichever way this little arrow is pointing, again, super cool.
Show the key a little bit more. As you show the arrow,
Yeah,
and
so,
then show the side view of the key that it's directional.
yep. So it is directional. Depending on which way that is pointing, it's gonna show the battery. And for the little bit of yard that we did, this battery used about half, about 50%. So honestly, that's a lot. That's a lot, but we'll see how it does over time, and obviously more videos coming. All right, so we just finished up cutting in all 3 different modes. So we had, first we tried with the bag, then we tried the mulching, and then we tried the spreader. We all 3 tried it, so Sam gave it a shot. My boy, who's 11, he tried it out, and then I finished it off with the spreader there at the end. So what are your thoughts? What are your first impressions of?
It's great how light it is, how effortless it is to move it. It's almost a little bit too jumpy when you have it on the highest mode, especially around the corners. We saw Jace was struggling to make those tight corners. Granted, he was in a tight spot, but having it on max speed, it wants to jump away from you. Turning it down to minimum, it's crawling, but that medium speed right in the middle, I think they nailed it with that speed. It's a good walking pace. Feels good around the corners.
So I completely agree. I think that the speeds could be better. They could have like a gearing or something, because it's kind of all or nothing, and that's what you get with battery powered things. Anything that's battery powered is going to give you that instant torque. So it's kind of an all or nothing. And so the ability to throttle is nice. It could be nicer. One thing I will say is this is way toned down if you're used to a gas-powered self-propelled mower. A gas-powered self-propelled mower on grass has way more pull. I'm used to the wheels spinning, and I expected the wheels to spin, but I actually appreciate that they've kind of toned it down. They've obviously toned down because with, again, battery powered, we would expect these wheels to just rip. I mean, we saw it with dirt bikes that are electric. The back tire can just let loose, and these don't. So I appreciate that they've toned it down. Again, honestly, I think I would appreciate a little bit more control and a little more precise control than just the slider that just kind of goes back and forth. Yeah. What else?
Having mowed a few large yards, by about the 30-minute mark, your hands are numb, your fingers are like, your grip, your fingers feel tired. I don't imagine you can get to that point with this within a good sized yard, because it doesn't rattle, it doesn't shake, you're not gripping it the whole time.
Vibration.
You're gently just cradling it in your hand to keep it running.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The vibration, because there's no vibration, you don't have that motor shakes. You're gonna be able to mow longer with this. One other improvement, and I don't know that you ever used my previous mower, but it had foam grips that were starting to wear and were obviously not gonna last. The grips on this are now a rubber. They're kind of like a tacky rubber. It's actually very similar to the HP tools that they have. So the drills and the other tools, it's kind of that same grip. It's kind of the same grip that's on the tires. So it's not the old foam squishy, but it still feels good in the hand, or at least I thought it felt good.
Yeah, I would agree. Something else I mentioned while you were running it, I was standing right next to your AC unit, and the sound was a bit comparable. I'd dare say that the AC unit was a little bit louder than this was. So that was kind of something fun to note, that when someone is mowing in your neighborhood, you can hear it pretty clearly. With this, people might not even know that you're mowing, other than the sound of it going back and forth.
Yep, absolutely. And even with the bag, so I was mowing with the spreader. Again, with the bag, it was even quieter. You almost could hear it even less because you have the muffling of the bag. So that is nice. The sound dampening, or the fact that it's so quiet. And with the LED lights, we haven't run it at night yet, but I have run my previous model at night, after dark, and don't really feel bad. It's actually the weed whacker that's way louder because it's the open spinning.
With everything we mentioned, as far as it feels light, it moves quick, you feel like there's going to be a con that it's poor quality, it takes one tap at something and it's going to break. I don't get that feeling with kind of the shape of it, the quality of the plastic. It feels like it can take quite a bit of a beating before it's going to give out and be done.
Definitely better quality than any of the previous models that we've tested. Better build. Only issue that I really am concerned about is actually the throttle. So the thumb push throttle wiggles, this little flap back there, as you're turning the corner, and you're kind of giving it, because you want it to go, so you're pushing with your thumb, it kind of wiggles. So unfortunately, that's a moving part. All the rest of this is so well built and not moving. That's my only concern. All the other triggers and throttles are all good, the buttons, but that one that's your throttle is the only one that I'm concerned about. But I agree, otherwise, well done, well built. I would dare say it is close to, if not exceeds, some of the gas powered counterparts. Maybe not the top end, but definitely low mid-level. This will, quality wise, build, construction, is feeling on par or better than most of their gas powered counterparts.
All right, guys, that pretty much wraps it up. Something to note, though, as we did this test, we had it on the highest setting the whole time. Again, we were trying to protect the grass. We just wanted to kind of get a feel for this mower, but there's such a range on this. This can go all the way down to maybe taking out some dirt.
Which we appreciate, because the previous models didn't have very much range and didn't actually meet what their numbers were. They said that they would go up so high and they didn't. So this is, the range is awesome.
Yeah, it goes quite a distance. So we're definitely going to use this a lot more. We're going to test it out more as the grass gets longer. Stay tuned, subscribe so that you can see those future videos with this mower. Give us a like, give us a follow, and let us know in the comments what you want to see next.
See you next time, guys. What we do to get a shot, huh?
I don't know why we need that shot, but I feel really good about that last part.
That was awesome.
It's perfect. One go.
Technically, mulching isn't with the spread out.
Okay, right.
Yeah. Grass bag catcher. That sounds like a bad word. It sounds like a bad thing. Okay.